Yo, 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 what is good, Fat Leads? Hope you guys enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. You are, you're tuned into the Fat Boy Jiu-Jitsu podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Fatboy Jiu-Jitsu, on Instagram at FatboyBJJ, and at Facebook, Fatboy Jiu-Jitsu. Over the weekend, I was doing some listening of other podcasts, like I typically do. And there was one in particular that struck me, and it was Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen with Aubrey Marcus at the On It podcast. And he said something that struck me. He said, my about his podcast not being great and whatnot, but that he's disciplined, and that they're disciplined, that they're going to come out every week with a podcast. And I figured, you know what, that's something that, my podcast may not be great, and but I need to at least be consistent with them. So I'm going to try to do, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do them every week. Hopefully I got one or two planned with guests coming up soon. I had one planned a couple weeks ago with a guest who decided to kind of blow me off completely. I'm gonna ban him from the podcast for a while. Fuckface. He knows who he is. But I'm gonna do them every week, and we'll see where it goes. I was actually, we were celebrating Memorial Day weekend and whatnot. We went to the beach on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. And while I was there, I still get very, very kind of I guess shy, embarrassed to be at the beach without a shirt on. And but within the last couple of years, I've been a lot more open about it. I'll take off my shirt, whatever. I don't care, man boobs and all. And I noticed there was another gentleman at the beach, and he was a little bit larger than myself, and he sat all the way towards the back of the beach, out of sight, and he would walk across the beach, and he'd go over, go into about neck deep, and the whole time he had a wife beater on, and he wasn't wearing like swimming trunks. He was wearing I guess like pajama sweats, pajama pants, that thin material. And I kind of know what he must feel like, and I wonder, if it's, at what point do we get to where it's like, well, this is kind of where I am. It is what it is. And I know I may be a disgusting fat body for people to look at, but guess what? I'm going to fucking be at this beach too. Or does, I guess we can either get motivation from it, or get completely down on it. And lately I've seen more, you know what? I'm working out. I'm doing something. I'm not, and I'm losing weight. So fuck it. I'm just gonna rock no shirt, get an even tan, not a farmer's tan, and be about it. I know it's how are you guys? What do you guys do? Do you guys rock just sleeveless shirts, or, at the beach, A shirts. How do you guys feel about it? I know, like I said, whenever I do feel um, shy about it, it is going to be like a tank top or whatever I'm wearing. And it's, like I said, this weekend it was good. I didn't get shy, but there's other times where I am. I guess the setting matters as well. So that was Sunday. Then yesterday, what did we do yesterday? Completely forgot. We did. I know, man. I'm blanking. I worked today and so engulfed in what I'm doing at work that I legit forgot what we did yesterday as a family. And I know we did something. Well, we kind of chilled all day. But, anyways, getting at today, a couple hours ago, we went to the hospital to do a hospital visit of the maternity ward for upcoming mothers. And we were in a group of 6 or 7 people, and or 6 or 7 couples, I should say. And you can kind of tell the questions that they were asking because they were all new parents, and Maria and I kind of laughed about it because we chuckled because we were like, oh yeah, we know, and we used to be worried about this and worried about that, and we're faking the fun because, granted, yeah, this is our second child. Man, she gave Uriah's 7 years old. She gave birth to him in 2010. Shit's been probably different. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Seeing how somebody who doesn't have kids kind of like worry about, oh shit, this human being, and then like I said, I'm not an expert by no means. I'm not the greatest dad in the world, but I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? I got this. It may not be planned, but I'm going to do my best and go from there. Oh, that's something I wanted to say. Saturday night, I watched the fights, and congratulations to Alexander Gustafsson, but I know he must have been on such a high after he won and everything that he was nervous to propose to his wife, his fiance or girlfriend, soon or fiance. Fuck, you guys know what I'm talking about. The guy, the chick he's gonna marry. When he proposed to her, that shit was hilarious because he was like, "I love you, make a baby with me. You marry me?" And I only laugh at this because I did the exact same shit. When I proposed to Maria, it was I kind of did it basic. I chose to do it at a holiday and do it at Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving we had dinner, and we had dinner late. I guess we went to church and whatnot. I guess coming out, sometimes, man, this Catholic church gets packed for the holidays. Every Catholic comes out. I'm including myself as being that every Catholic comes out. We come out of the woodworks when we go to church for the holidays. So we go to church. We get to my sister's house late. We eat probably late, and I remember because Uriah was fussy, and the kids were getting fussy because it was getting late, and I think we were getting kind of aggravated with the kids and just all day. And I got to the point where I'm like, shit, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to wait till Christmas or anything. It's got to be today. So she's she's sitting at the table, and I kind of have my son. I go to kneel next to her, and Uriah runs up to me because he just wanted to be held. So I kind of, and as Uriah runs to me, she notices the ring box and she looks and she goes shocked, and I look at her, I go, just marry me. And she looked at me, she goes, marry me? Oh man. So I know at least she said yes to him, right? I mean, it could have been 1,000 times more awkward than it felt. But I just laughed because I know I've had that awkward moment. So, and by the way, thank you for all the feedback regarding the podcast, or I should say the Trucker Cast. And there's two people that reached out to me and kind of we touched base on what I went over on the podcast and what I talked about, and how they themselves had to look at what they do. And let me tell you, these guys are kind of the reason why I continue to do this, because I know if I can help somebody through what I go through, or even just somebody else to talk to about the shit I go through, right? It's therapeutic, and shit. It's not. I'm not trying to talk about fucking other bullshit that we don't need to want to talk about right now, or trying to escape from other shit. Just listen to other things and not continue to listen to the same rhetoric of bunch of bullshit that's going on today. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So I was also Friday before Memorial Day. I know I was able to catch up with Andrea, and we did a quick little check in. Talked about diet and the homework she had for me. So I'm gonna insert this audio right here. Here's a conversation with Andrea. Hope you guys enjoy it. Welcome back to the Fat Boy Podcast. I have Andrea Lowell here again, one of my favorite guests. How you doing, Andrea?
Well, you are one of my favorite podcast hosts, so we definitely have some mutual respect going on. I'm doing very well, and I'm so glad to be back. And I'm sure the listeners want to know, too, how's it been going? Our whole objective here is to do a little check-in with the Turkish get-ups I set you up with.
The Turkish get-ups, I have actually been doing them, and yes. I only had a 35-pound kettlebell, nice. And because of doing the Turkish get-ups, I ended up buying a 70-pound kettlebell so I can do swings with, because the 35 is getting too light.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when you're certified in kettlebell, like the traditional Russian kettlebell, 35 is the absolute lightest you can go. So once you kind of master certain moves with it, it's kind of like, okay, now what do I do with this? So 70 pounds is awesome. I'm so proud of you. And how are you feeling as far as your core strength is going?
Core strength, I'm feeling better. I noticed walking that I'm standing up straighter.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's funny because I have been trying to actively look at my posture, because I know because I'm bigger in my shoulders and stuff, I kind of slouch a little more. Yeah. So, but that is kind of helping me, put my shoulders back and walk proud.
Absolutely. And that's why the Turkish getup is such a great move, because you have to have your shoulders engaged and back, and like a scapular retraction. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you have it up there, your arm is locked, and then you're using your core to push you up. It's going to improve your posture. It's going to improve things like walking. And it's so funny because a lot of people are like, why are you so obsessed with all this core work? And it's because what you just said, When we improve our core strength and our core function, every other thing we do in life improves, whether it is just walking or if it's deadlifting. Everything gets better once our core is just super solid. So I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank
This is
you.
just the beginning.
This is
I'm
just the
super
beginning.
stoked.
So I'm actually
It
going
is.
to try to incorporate the full stand up now.
Yes, baby.
I don't,
Yes.
but I'm gonna still leave it. Like I said, still leave it at the 35 pound. For the Turkish get ups.
Absolutely.
But
Right. And as you should. And as soon as you nail the full getup, then you can add, another 5 pounds, another 10 pounds, whatever, because the goal is never to pull a muscle or strain a muscle. The goal is to get the movement pattern perfect and then just go heavier and heavier and heavier. I cannot wait to see. You have to do a video for this and post it all up on your Instagram.
okay, yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And only when you nail it.
Yeah, don't, well, maybe it'd be funnier to have all the outtakes.
Actually, that would be really funny too. And it's so funny when I'm shooting, I always try to shoot videos of myself doing core work. And it's so hard because finding an angle for the phone where you're like laying down and you're doing all this stuff and you don't look like a total buffoon, it's really hard. So mad props to everyone out there on the Instagram world who is able to do all these self videos and not look like a total weirdo, because it's really hard.
And the companies that come up with the camera mounts to be able to do that.
Right. I know, I'm like, damn, just invest in one of those stupid like things so I can do it. But I really don't. I don't post that many videos.
No, you actually don't. You post more of your food, and I like that the papaya boat that you just posted the other day.
Dude, I saw that you liked that, and I did think of you because when we mentioned the papaya pasta last time, you had mentioned, hey, I have all this stuff in my fridge right now.
Hmm.
So since it is papaya season, I just let one sit on my counter, get really super ripe. I scooped out the inside, the seeds, but I kept the seeds because the seeds are highly, highly medicinal. And I let it get super ripe. So when you fill it with kind of that coconut ceviche I made, coconut kind of salad, you can actually scoop the papaya out with your spoon, and it's just so delicious. And then I made my kind of own homemade, you can probably say this better than I can, I'm assuming it's tahine. uh,
I
I
think
don't know
I don't
how
know
you say
myself.
it. But that seasoning that they put on
Hmm.
French mango and whatever, I looked at the ingredients and I was like, dude, there's like preservatives in here and there's anti-caking agents. So while we're trying to do something healthy for our body by eating fresh fruits and vegetables, we're actually putting chemicals into our body. So I just got back from Mexico,
Hmm.
and I watched the guy in Ensenada like make the fruit for me, and he put chili powder, he put cayenne pepper, he put fresh sea salt on it, and this was like not anywhere fancy. This was like next door to a freaking like Vicodin pharmacy. You know what I mean? And even he was using like the straight up ingredients. So I said, hey, I have these ingredients at my house. I have chili powder, I have cayenne, I have like the most amazing sea salt. Why am I not doing this? So I just did fresh lemon juice, but you typically would want to use lime if you're making your own tahine.
Hmm.
But lemon was perfectly fine. Load it up as heavy as you want with the seasonings. I like my food super spicy, so I was really heavy-handed with the cayenne. And then that chili powder, man, you're just like, damn, why isn't the whole world doing this? We all have these seasonings in our spice racks. There's no reason to go out and spend, $5 on a tahine that has chemicals in it when I can just make a purely beautifully organic raw meal that was so bomb. And that papaya boat was so bomb, Juan, that I actually made a complete bowl of just the filling after that and ate a huge bowl of it.
Well,
It was like
you touched on this.
so
It
good.
turns out to time, and so many people we feel like we don't have the time, or we don't want to dedicate the time to
Right.
to ourselves, and we need to. This is
Yeah.
when it comes to what we're putting in our bodies, we definitely need to take more time. Hell, you take, not you personally, but there's women out there who take 20 minutes or well, let's say 2 hours to put on makeup, but
know
won't
it.
take 20 minutes to make a meal like that.
Or people, I get this all the time from my personal training clients. I don't have time to make fruit for breakfast. I'm like, first of all, you have time to go to Starbucks and stand in line? Like, give me a goddamn break. Stop, like, put that time it takes for you to get in the car, drive, park, get in the line, get back in your car, whatever else. You could easily eat like 5 pieces of fruit. There's no prep, there's no anything necessary. So it's really kind of changing people's perspective. Where are you spending your time? Where can we kind of re-budget your time? Because that quote unquote time thing, it's everyone's biggest excuse. But we just have to reprioritize. And you see the way I eat, all I'm doing is chopping and seasoning. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time to eat a raw diet. And I know that's what I'm typically about.
Hmm.
Now, the last time we talked, you were like super hot on the keto. What's going on with your diet, boo?
So, I'm still keeping my keto kind of diet. Like I told you before, I still eat breads and whatnot. I'll sneak them in. The other day, my son, after he went to compete his first jiu-jitsu competition last weekend,
Yeah,
he wanted to go afterwards to eat at Olive Garden. So, we had like 2 baskets of breadsticks between him and myself.
you motherfucker.
Yes, I know. But I will say, one morning last weekend, I had made, you would have been proud. I just had some cut up watermelon, put some raw
Yes.
cashews, and boom,
Wasn't it so bomb?
it was.
It's like that's how we're supposed to eat. And I'm not going to say anything. I've actually never been to an Olive Garden, but I do know that it's not just unlimited bread. I do know because I see the commercials. They have unlimited salad too.
They
So
do.
you could have gotten down with a big grip of salad, maybe even some soup. And
But
little
actually,
shout out.
what my meal of
Go ahead.
choice at Olive Garden,
Yeah.
salmon, the salmon and
Okay.
broccoli.
I mean, like I've never been there, but
I mean, it's not the greatest, but I was like, it's better than eating a lot of pasta.
some people really love Olive Garden.
Yeah,
It
my
just
son is one of them.
I'm one of those people that it's like I don't even want to know because if it is super bomb, it's like ignorance is bliss. Like I don't need to know. But I will say, my like really random fact, random side note. My brother-in-law is the baker who makes all of the breadsticks for all the Olive Gardens in Southern California.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? And
Wow.
it's like, and I train him. And I'm like, can you please stop eating your own bread? And he's like, but it's so good though. I'm like, I know. So
It's a
that's
gift and
pretty
a
funny.
curse.
It's a gift and a curse at the same time. But yeah, so what I try to do is I try not to go to restaurants where I know I can't control myself. And I do have a problem when it comes to bread. If I have a piece, I'm like, fuck it. I had a piece. I might as well have 5. Fuck it. I have 5. Bring another basket on. So I purposely don't go places where I know I'm going to struggle or create stress on myself or create some sort of guilt consciousness. So I think you have a little different problem though, because it's your son who loves it and you want to be a good dad and he had his competition and it's like, let's go where you want to go.
Yeah, but I
So
mean, I could still stay away from the breadsticks. I mean, it's
yeah,
it's personal choice at that, but it's so hard
totally.
when they're right in front of your face like that.
So what I do in that instance when there is bread at the table is I just don't take the first bite. I'll smell the shit out of it. I'll watch other people eating it, but I know from, time and time again, I've never been able to use willpower when it comes to bread. It never works. So I just don't take the first bite and it's easier to just kind of say no to the whole thing than go through the mental and emotional struggle of trying to be like, "Oh shit, should I have another one? Should I not have another one?" And then I know I'm going to end up having a whole bunch. So I just don't do it. And as like basic and easy as that seems, or as hard as it seems, it really truly works. So maybe give that a go too. Make a little date with your son to do Olive Garden again and see if you can resist the first bite.
And that's gonna be the homework for the next for our next checkup. I'm gonna go
Nope.
and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to an Olive Garden with Uriah,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna order and see how that goes. I'm gonna try my damnedest, Andrea, for you.
Just 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 do or do not. Do not try. You know what I'm saying? Trying is where
Fucking
we
throwing
where
Yoda at me.
yes, baby. If we try, that's where the struggle is. Just you're not doing it. You're not taking the first bite. You can admire it, you can romanticize it, you can fucking smell the shit out of it. Here's something my dad taught me actually. Because my mom has a big sweet tooth and she's always eating candy. And my dad has completely reversed his type 2 diabetes. He's not on medication.
Oh
But
wow.
Yeah, through eating, well, through my help. And but so when he sees my mom eating like a Snickers, for example, and he really wants it really bad, he says to himself, I know what that tastes like. I've had 1,000. I've had 5,000. I don't need to taste it again. And he goes into his mind and can kind of taste exactly what it tastes like, taste the chocolate, taste the caramel, taste the nuts. And he's like, you know what? I know what it's like. I don't need it. And I'm like, damn, that's some Yoda shit right there.
Damn.
Like, and I started trying that with foods that my husband may eat. And I'm like a Philly cheesesteak, for example. He'll go get that, and I'm like, oh, holy fuck, I want that so bad. But I know if I eat it, I'm going to get a really bad stomach ache, and it does not align with my beliefs or my goals.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just smell it. I can totally taste it. My mouth starts to salivate, and I'm like, you know what? I've been there. I've done that. I've had that. I don't need it. And it's really kind of a cool mind trick we can do with ourselves. So you can use that and put that in your pocket too.
That's what we're going to do. Challenge ourselves. Put
Yes.
ourselves in a position to challenge ourselves in something we know we want to indulge.
Yeah, and also getting through it and knowing that we're empowering ourselves. Once you're done with that meal, you'll now know, hey, wow, I can actually sit at a table with a thing of steaming hot, beautiful, delicious breadsticks and literally not take the first bite. Wow, that's pretty badass. Let's see what else I can do this with. So it's really about getting you to believe in yourself and know that you can do it. And all we got to do is just take the steps to do it. So I did want to tell you, I do have another homework assignment for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
beyond the beyond the bread. And we do know abs are made in the kitchen.
They
But
are.
I will say, so core dominance, core strength. I know after having you do just kind of the quarter Turkish get-ups that your core is so much stronger, and you've affirmed that. So what I did was I hashtagged one of my former core posts. I hashtagged it Fat Boy Podcast, and it's a bench at pullover to a V-sit to a roll down. You watch it to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I fully explain how to do it. It's not only going to get your core totally rocking, but when you do get your body fat percentage down, you're going to have a sick six pack as a beautiful reward if you continually do these and go heavier and heavier and heavier. The trick is that roll down. So I'm super pumped to see
Boom,
how
gonna
this
do
goes.
it. Who doesn't want a
Okay.
six pack?
Yeah, who doesn't want a six pack? And also just increase our core strength, especially when you do a lat pullover, bearing down on the top part of your six pack when you're pulling it back over your head. It really helps get that weight over your head when you're going super heavy. So bearing down on the abs, popping up, and then rolling down is going to leave your abs so sore. I can't wait to hear about it.
Great.
That's my evil laugh.
And on that note, tell everybody where they can find you, Andrea.
Totally. At Superfit by Andrea on Instagram, my website by the same name, superfitbyandrea.com. And if anyone has any inclination to incorporate more foods into their diet to get the body of their dreams, I have a program, Upgrade to Raw. And if you mention the Fat Boy Podcast, I'll give you a significant discount straight up. But regardless, follow me, get some core tips, and follow me and Juan's fantastic journey.
Yep. And let's start eating raw. Thank you, Andrea.
Love it. Thank you so much, Juan. Have a beautiful day.
You do the same.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, cool.
So there you guys have it. I'm going to get in contact with Andrea, and we're going to go ahead and do a weekly or bi-weekly check-ins like this. I think it's awesome. I'm extremely lucky to have somebody like her reach out and actually care about what I'm trying to do. So please, if you can, follow her on Instagram, Superfit by Andrea. If you're interested in the raw food diet, hit her up. She said she just let her know you heard from it on the Fat Boy podcast, and she's gonna take care of you. And between her and what I heard on Brendan's podcast and that Brendan podcast, here's somebody who has a huge following and who's so I guess you can say she's in the public eye and cares about what I'm trying to do, and I can't squander that opportunity. So I'm going to put out these podcasts with you guys and see where we go. And I just got today my that 50-pound kettlebell I was talking about with her in the podcast, and it's actually kind of funny because it's a 50-pound kettlebell, and the United States Postal Service has it team lift. 2 people have to lift this box. It's a fucking kettlebell. First of all, and whatever fits in that box up to 70 pounds ships for whatever the weight of that. It's like $25. Yo, they can't be team lifting 70 pounds if you say that we can ship things up to 70 pounds. Postal Service, get on that. Let's get some fit people working for us. And I guess on that note, I'm gonna end on making fun of the United States Postal Service. Thank you. Well, and in all seriousness, I do want to thank all the troops who have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms and our way of life here in the United States of America. Thank you, and can't wait for the next podcast. Peace.